Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a little bit of a overview, review, whatever you want to call it, of a ground tent, the Gazelle T4. This tent's been out for quite some time. So if you want to check it out, if you're interested and you're doing some research on other possibilities outside of rooftop tents, stay tuned and check this out. It's worth your time. All right, like I said, so this is my personal T4 Gazelle tent. I bought this with my own money because I was looking for something that is not a rooftop tent. I've done a rooftop tent review in the past. I've been in them. They're cool. They are a slick system. I really do like them. But for what I do and how I do my camping, I feel a ground tent maybe a little bit better option. So let's go check this out from the outside in. So it's going to be pretty basic. There's tons of videos out there on setting them up. It really does take less than about 2 minutes to set one of these up. You open it from the bag, it kind of flops open like a bloomin' onion from your favorite restaurant. And then you pull each side, 4 sides, pull it open, pops up, and then you put the fly on, and then you push up the top, and you are done. Stake it down if you want to. I usually don't unless I see a need for it because of wind or something like that. Also, sometimes for the dog running in and out, he drags his feet going across, so maybe a stake there. Big complaint you're going to find online is going to be wind. People say that it can collapse under wind. Yeah, sure, it can collapse under wind, but that's why they have a piece of string that comes in the bag and a stake to put it down. So if you're in a high wind area, stake it down and it's not an issue. I've camped in the Yakima Canyon before several times, and it was very windy, and I didn't stake it down because I'm lazy and I'd just rather not stake tents down if I don't have to, and it didn't pop in at all. It was fine, and it was quite windy. As far as materials go, this is pretty basic stuff. It's not some extreme over the top waterproof, weatherproof kind of stuff. You're going to find this kind of material on a lot of your basic tents, right? Like your Coleman's, your Ozark Trail, anything from Cabela's, stuff like that. You're going to find a lot of similarities with other big tents. You know, your mesh windows with the zippers, you can zip open. Basic features like this, the tie strings just keep the doors out of the way. If you're new to this style of tent, you'll notice that, well, hey, you can't put the door here. It's got to be put on the side. So that's kind of how it is. It's one of these side zips like this, roll it out of the way, and that's it. So if that's a hassle for you stepping over through the corner here, then maybe this is something you should steer clear from, because this style of tent, I don't think they can put a door here. They do have the double, which one side does have a zip, but I've not seen too many good things about it. That's the one from Gazelle. Okay, when this is all folded up, it fits in a bag that's about, I want to say, just over 5 feet. And I say that because I drive a Tundra with the short bed, and that's 5.5 foot, I believe, and this fits in there just fine, and I can close the tailgate when it's in the bag. So for me, that's a huge bonus, right? I don't have to go sideways with it and pack stuff around it. So it stows real nice in the truck, and it pops up real easy. That's already like 90% of it for me right there. I love it. This is the basic model. It comes with really crappy stakes that you might as well throw away. They're about as thick as a tin or as a soda can. They're going to bend the first time you use them, so I don't even bother with them. I have gotten some aftermarket stakes. That is one of the upgrades you're going to get with going to the Overland version. I wish they did just sell them separately. They might now, I'm not sure. Also with the Overland version, it's the same tent, the T4, it's just like the upgraded version, the Overland. It comes with a more weatherproof storage bag, and then the footprint. Well, the footprint for me, I found this at a garage sale. It's just old military canvas stuff, real thick. I like it. I like having something to step out on. And or you know, I like having something before I step into the tent, you know, so I'm not stepping from dirt straight into the tent. It helps a little bit, some place to put your gear, whatever. I like having a footprint. Is it necessary? No, it's not. But they do offer it with their higher quality one, the Overland. Also in the Overland, you're gonna have some more features like pockets and stuff on the inside, if you need that kind of thing. Um, all right. So in here, you're gonna notice that it's quite a bit of space. If I'm not mistaken, it is 8x8, compared to like an Easy Up, which is, you know, the ones you'll see at kids' soccer games and stuff like that, garage sales, whatever, demo booths. That's more of a 10x10. So 8x8. I'm 6 foot tall. I can stand up just fine. I have no issue in here. So this is plenty. But to advertise it as a 4-person tent, I think that's a bit of a stretch. It really is, because even if you're sleeping on the ground, you'll fit 4 people in here. That's not the issue. It's just 4 people, the gear, stepping over people in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, things like that. It's just like, how comfortable are you going to be with 4 people? I don't know. That's up to you, I guess. I think this size is amazing for 2 people. You can get 2 cots in here. That's typically how we're doing it. When I'm out bird hunting or something, I just put the chair in here just to show space, right? But with 2 cots, you got plenty of room for your bags, even a dry box, whatever you want. You can have a little dry box and set up your little coffee maker or whatever you want there, or however you do your coffee or whatever you do in the morning. And then also, you know, if you scooch it that way, you get exit on both sides. With 3 people, 3 cots, it starts getting a little tight in here because you're climbing over one another to get out, and you know, you're bumping into one another. Not the end of the world, but just so you know how it is for space, that's kind of what you're up against. Don't recommend it for 4. 2's amazing. 1 even better. 1 in the dog, 2 in the dog. However, okay, so you got your storage spots up here, things like that. This up here, which this is a great spot. I think this is fantastic because you can hang lights up here and it illuminates the whole thing. You don't have to have something to dangle it on. And there's plenty of stuff, plenty of places to hang your wet clothes, which is nice if, you know, you've got that stuff. So I really like that. I think these pouches are good. They make them with the mesh, so it can, if you've got wet gear, gloves, whatever, hats, you can put it in there. It dries up. Okay, this is a cheap tent, and considering all the other tents out there, one of the things that makes it cheap is that they don't have, one of the complaints, I don't, cheap and quality, they don't always go hand in hand. One of the things that this is lacking, I should say, is the ports for electrical cables that come through the wall, and then also heat ducting from like diesel heaters or things like that. But the simplicity of this system here, it having the tub separate from the tent itself, and I think they advertise it as you can take it out for cleaning. I've never taken it out for cleaning, you could probably tell, but I don't think I'll ever get it back in the way it is. But it's just Velcroed to the bottom, right? So you can just run any cable you want through here, any type of ducting, and you're set up. You're good to go. So not having a dedicated port in the wall for that type of stuff is, it's for me, it's not a big deal. Would it be nice? Yeah, sure. But it's not the end of the world to not have it. What is the benefit to having a ground tent versus something like the rooftop tent that I did a review on a while ago? Mobility for me is pretty similar. Setup time's pretty similar. This is not something you have to keep on your vehicle. So for me, that's a big deal. I can throw it in and out of the truck super easy. My buddy who's got a rooftop tent, he's stuck with that thing on there, and it is an ordeal to take it off and on. In my opinion, that's one of the biggest things that steers me away from rooftop tents and to the ground tents, especially something like this, is that the ease of use is the same, except for I don't have to deal with carrying it with me all the time, right? It's not impacting my fuel economy. It's not giving me wind noise. It's not giving me all those things. Just grab this, throw it in the back, throw a cot in there, and I'm good to go. Outside of that, I'd be taking the same stuff camping anyway, right? So for me, that's why the ground tent wins. This is, like I said, an inexpensive one. It is just over 300, or I'm sorry, it's just below 400. I think it's like 375 or something for this one. That was I think at the time of when I bought this. Prices might have changed. There are much more expensive ones out there. I was looking at something like the Overlandish one. I saw one, and that was like really appealing to me because the footprint was a little bit bigger. It's more like that 10 by 10. And then the material was more of the all season type stuff, that honeycomb insulated type. So a little bit higher on the fit and finish. I lost out on that one. It was on Marketplace, whatever. But those are popping up around about $1,000 on the used market. I think it's like $1,400 brand new. Either way, I'm looking at something like that. If it comes my way and it's a good enough deal, I'll probably upgrade. But I plan to use this for a very long time, just the way it is. This is, I think, my third season on this tent. You can tell it's used. I use it all the time. I just got back from a trip with it with me and the kids. So I had 3 cots in here. Worked great. Works fantastic. I have the dog with me when I'm going camping. It works great then too. So if you want something that is easy to store, easy to set up, pretty inexpensive. I mean, $400 or just under $400 compared to some of those other options out there for all the overlandy type stuff. This is a smoking deal. Low commitment, in that respect, and it's gonna work the same. Weatherproof, people get hung up on the waterproofness of this and that. Well, I've been in rooftop tents that have gotten wet. I've been in other tents that have gotten wet. I've been in whatever. So that's kind of like user dependent. You can do things to make it better or worse. So that's kind of up to you. Heating this thing, I'm going to look to move towards a diesel heater. Definitely not going to use a propane style heater because that just puts off too much moisture, and the condensation in here it's just too much, and I can't stand that, especially up here in the Northwest. I think we deal with condensation inside tents already more than most folks do. So I'm going to try to duct in a nice diesel heater source, like I said, through the sidewall there, and get some of that nice dry heat in here for some more extended season. I'm not going to say four season, but extended season camping. So we'll see how that works out. But like I said, if this is what you're looking for, something quick and simple and that works and relatively inexpensive in the overlanding space, camping space, this might be the tent for you. I'm saying that with like pretty guilt-free, because Gazelle has not given me anything. They don't even know who I am. I would love a free tent, but that's not how it always works. So thanks for watching. Happy camping and stay safe. All right.